So we'll keep today pretty much pain-free, just kind of a review a little bit. We need to be able to do these types of questions, adding, subtracting, rationals, expressions. We're going to look at monomials again today, so really nothing new added on today. We're just going to go over a couple different problems. I think there's 4 total problems that we're going to go over together to make sure you've got this part down. And then I'll let you get to work on yesterday's assignment as well as the assignment that you have in addition to today. And then if you need to get anything else taken care of, you can get it taken care of. Your test has gone into the grade book. So you should have been able to see that yesterday. We still have several people that need to take it. As soon as we get kind of everybody taking it, if you want to see it, you can see it. All right, so the first one. So again, all we're going to do today is just a bit review from yesterday, make sure we can do these and solve away. So we have these two. Nice letters. M plus 2n over 10m squared z minus m plus 6n over 10m squared z. So remember when we are adding or subtracting rational expressions, first thing we check for is to see if we have a common denominator. We already do. And since we already do, that makes life a whole lot easier. We don't have to get one. So we know what our denominator is going to be. Our denominator is going to be 10m squared z. Now we have to remember, while we're doing subtraction, remember this subtraction has to be distributed into each piece. So this is going to be m plus 2n minus m, but I also need to distribute it to the 6n. So it's going to be minus 6n. Okay, so we've got the first step done. Now we just have to combine like terms. M minus m is nothing. 2n minus 6n is negative 4n. And then our denominator remains the same. And that's your solution. So it becomes looking for that common denominator. Once you've found that common denominator, complete the operation, leaving that denominator the same. Okay. Pretty straightforward for that first one. Okay, so let's go to the second one. So now we got 6x divided by 5 minus 3y over 4x squared. Okay, so if we look at the denominators this time, they are not the same. So we have to come up with our least common denominator. Number-wise, for 4 and 5, what's the least common multiple of 4 and 5? 20. Okay, so it's going to be 20 and 20. 5 doesn't have any variables, but 4 does. 4 has x squared. So we said the variables have to come with the largest exponent. Because those are our new denominators. So what do I have to multiply 5 by to get to be 20? Well, I need to multiply it by 4. So that means I need to multiply the numerator by 4 as well. But I've also got an x squared down there. So this has got to be 4x squared. So we multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 4x squared. 4 times 6 is 24. X times x squared, you add the exponents, is x cubed. That side's done. Go to the other side. I got to get the 4 to be 20. So that's times 5. 5 times 4x squared is 20x squared. That works. So this becomes 15y. 3y times 5 is 15y. Denominator is now the same. So that's 20x squared. Combine like terms. Make sure we subtract. They don't combine. There's our solution. And we're done. It all becomes about being able to get that common denominator when we're doing these. Any questions with the second one? All right, go ahead and try this one with a partner or on your own, depending on how you want to do it. 2 minutes and 2 minutes and 12 seconds should be an adequate amount of time. Should be. Way too cold this morning. We got spoiled last week. And that wind was blowing. Went for a long walk from the car to the school. Where are you parking close parking? Of course. But it's sunny. That's a bonus. They were talking maybe a little snow on Thursday. That'd be all right. We need snow. I still have some snow in my front yard. Do we need any more time or are we okay? Okay. Timer says you got about 56 seconds left. We can do 56 seconds. So, so I'm posting, then we just started a couple months ago. So I'm doing 28 days in February, this is our 28th year. So I'm posting every day one of the posters. Years, yeah, so please. So I just took pictures of them, so I'm trying to remember. Everybody. All right, let's take a look. What's our common denominator? 10x to the 7th. That's our common. I don't know why I put a 2. Go away. So 10x to the 7th. So what do I have to multiply both the numerator and the denominator for the first one? 2. So that's 4y. What do I have to multiply the second one by? 5x to the 6th. Very good. So that gives us 15x to the 6th. So denominator stays 10x to the 7th. Can't really combine those. How'd we do? Are you okay? Any questions with that one? All right. Let's take it up at just a tiny notch. Okay. This is the last one that we'll do. This one might take you the whole 2 minutes and 12 seconds. I'll give you 2 minutes, 12 seconds. Work with the partner. Don't work by yourself. Much more fun to work with the partner. Did I have you?
Or did I not get that right?
Since there was no y's in the denominator. You see it? Said you're kind of finishing up. Heading up for next week. We're looking at another assessment already next Wednesday. We have 3 sections in this chapter, so this section of it, and plus you got next week you don't have school on Friday, so you don't have school on Valentine's Day, and then you guys also have that Monday off. So you guys get a 4-day weekend. So we're gonna take this before we go. We'll take it on to Wednesday, and then Thursday will be a catch-up day next week. All right, let's take a peek. What's our common denominator? 6x to the 4th, y to the 5th. Okay, so there's our common denominator. So I got to get the 2 to be a 6. So that's times 3. 2 times 3 is 6. X squared, I need 2 more x's. And how many more y's? 4. Now make sure you distribute this. So 3x squared y to the 4th times 3x is 9x cubed y to the 4th plus 12x squared y to the 4th. Make sure you distribute that 3 into 3x squared y to the 4th into both the 3x and the 4. Minus. All right, 3 times 2. I think that's all we have to do, right? But again, make sure you distribute. Now, what you can do to save a little bit of time maybe on this one is I can put the 2 over here instead, and now think about it as being negative 2. It's probably not the greatest of ideas, but you could. Either way, you get 8x minus 4. Oops, of course I ran out of room. This is going to equal, our denominator now stays that. I've got 9x to the 3rd, y to the 4th, plus 12x squared, y to the 4th, minus 8x plus 4. Okay, make sure you distribute that negative. The negative 8x probably was good for everybody, but make sure you distribute that negative into the negative 4 to make that positive 4 as well. Do to get kind of this huge number out of the deal, and it's a mess, but it works. Okay? So your whole goal today, what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to add and subtract rational expressions through just monomials as denominators. Okay? Tomorrow we're going to have binomials as denominators. Might have to do a little factoring tomorrow as well to make them binomials. I don't think that's tomorrow, but we'll look at kind of the next step of this tomorrow.